clues from your soul about what you're meant to do in this life. Imagine just having that clarity, that understanding of what are those discerning signs which can show you that you are in the right pathway. My name is Yulia and I've been in tarot world for 10 plus years, and I am here to discern, to clarify for you those signs today. That's what I am here for. So let's have a look at the really ancient codes within this wonderful card, which is the card Page of Pentacles. I suggest that we work with it today. Why? Because if we look at the imagery of this card, we will actually understand that that card is tremendously amazing for literally identifying that soul purpose within you. Because look at him. Look at him. He's standing, trying to grasp something, trying to learn something, trying to really figure out what he's here for. And that's the earliest card in the whole court cards sequence. So first comes Page, then we have Knight, then Queen and King, right? That's how maturity line goes. That's where we are. So let's look at that maturity line. So it starts from that page in the lowest point, and then we start going to King on the highest point. So Page, it's when we literally start grasping something new. We literally start asking ourselves questions. Hey, am I in the right direction in life? And if you just figure out that you start kind of having those types of questions in your mind, it means that you are already in the beginning of that cycle of massive changes when you start that awakening process within you. So let's have a look. So this Page of Pentacles, it actually carries the exact frequency of beginning your soul purpose journey. It appears when you've been handed the spiritual seed, just like this pentacle here, the spiritual seed for identifying who you truly are into this life, as identifying the next chapter, and not just, something what you've been doing before again and again, because in that moment, it might start feeling like, let me show you. So when that card appears into your life, it might start feeling that you are running the circles, doing kind of new things, whatever, but it's the same thing again and again. The same thing again and again. We usually approach that circled approach here, type of living when we get into the age of 30, 40 years. It's just like that Christ age when we start asking, what is it here for altogether? So this thing, this whole card's frequency, it shows us that we are here for something bigger, that there is job which must be done, which is beyond what we are currently doing. And if you found yourself in that, continuous repetitive circle, and those questions started overwhelming you here and there, although everything's kind of good in life materially even, and it's okay, but that feeling is rotting more and more, that need to identify. You just need to identify, what are you here for? So that card starts giving you those clues from your soul about what you are meant to do here. So let's investigate actually the symbolism of that card. By the way, if you love this session, give me thumbs up. It really supports me to come up to you guys. And I'm coming here and there in certain days through the week. So if you don't want to miss this session, subscribe to the channel so that you would be notified righteously in the right time, and I will be with you here. You can also ask me questions here in case if you need something, and I will try to answer in the end of this session. Right now, I am focused on the clues of this card, which will help you to identify what you are meant to do in this life. So let's look together at the symbolism, the upright position. So this page, it gazes at the pentacle, right? So there is that attachment to that pentacle, which is in that hands, in its hands, right? And it's kind of like there is something like a mysterious message It's like he's gazing at that mysterious, what's in there? Why I am here even? It represents that sacred offering or new spiritual project that your soul is curious about. Even if your mind doesn't yet have that apprehension, that capability to understand it, but it just starts knocking into your reality saying, hey, I am here. There is something here for you more than what you are currently doing. And the soul clue here, if something starts calling you, let's say it's healing or writing or teaching, or let's say it may be expressed like you start liking something more than what you are doing currently. It can be maybe some plant medicine, creating, any kind of creativity. Trust the pull more than the plan where you are currently in today. Your purpose always starts with a quiet nudge. It's how it is, and that's okay. That's how it started for me more than 10 years ago, when I was in between the corporate world and when I started my jumping process to building my spiritual business. So I just want to show you that first clue, which every kind of soul will start really, we all united into that one single soul, that universal soul, and it starts really nudging you, hey, there is something more for you to do here, and it's coming to you again and again. So what is that second clue? Let's look at the symbolism. So this is like a student, right? He's like a student. That's a card of studentship, apprenticeship. So he's a seeker of wisdom. He's represented here of seeker of knowledge. How can I make it happen? He still doesn't know what is that, but he wants to go through all the kind of like conventional knowledge to a real knowledge. And in fact, what it communicates to us, hey, keep moving forward in your practical spirituality, meaning that you want to start learning things that connect the physical world. This is a very physical card to your calling. You start learning things, you start engaging into things and asking yourself a question. Does it lift my energy up or it just puts me down? Does it lift my energy up or it puts me down? So you start that learning process. So if you've seen craving to start something spiritual, creative, or soul aligned, even if it doesn't seem logical, right? Even if it doesn't seem logical, that's your soul calling, because your soul starts remembering its path. It means you are meant to study what lights you up. And that's the message of this card. You are meant to study what literally brings that light, more that warmth into your heart. Do you see? So once we start extracting those codes, we actually can start living righteously in this path, jumping from the periphery of that overwhelmment to the center. Because only in the center we can start truly seeing what is the next right thing to do. We can see so many potentialities. We can become like that shining bright sun. We can see all the potentialities and not just see only one. To what we were mentally imposed to see through years of our conditioning. Okay, that's why many times that calling inside our soul goes in contradiction with that logical thing. And I tell you, this card invites you to go beyond that logical thing and start establishing that bridge, start establishing that kind of like balance, because you feel like that disbalance. I'm doing things, but I keep on being unhappy. That's exactly that awakening process which starts in your soul. It starts giving you the clues that something is wrong in this life, and you want to just find that balance. Clue number 3. Let's look at the symbolism. You want to see potential everywhere, even in chaos, even if it surrounds you here, because that's actually what is this card inviting us to see. Let's look at the symbolism, why I derived that message here. So it stands in a field in a field of wildness. Do you see there is like that wild grass here, wild field, and nature here is untouched. Nature is wild, yet it's full of lots of potential. Nature is full of lots of potential. It's not like those comfortably caught small trees in our gardens. That's not it. This is wild nature where he stands into. I want you to pay attention to it. It's wild nature. And he is about to uncover his wild nature and to link it to the reality where he currently lives. That's what this card is bringing us. So you want to just see that you don't need things to be perfect so that you start acting and moving towards your potential and establishing that bridge. You want to see possibility where others see the confusion. The confusion happens. Why? Because, let's get back to the circle again. Because we were here imposed certain logic. That's why we see only a part of a circle. Now, this card invites you to establish the bridge between where you are today to the center and start seeing multiple potentialities, multiple solutions, multiple things which are beyond that logic. And many times when you start that soul awakening process, you will see how this screams, nope, that's not logical. How can I? But I want you just to make that patient kind of approach within you, that kind of contract with your heart, and with your mind. It is okay, it is safe. I will still be like exploring multiple potentialities, and I will see what lifts my energy up or puts me down. I will not go anywhere what puts me down. I will go with everything what lifts me up, what just moves me up. So, and this card invites you for that exploration. That's what it is doing actually. So let's look at it together again. So if you have a gift for some transformation which is about to happen, let's say you are here to transform others' lives. You are here to really spread that knowledge of transformation to others in some way. Well, in this case, or maybe creating beauty, I don't know. Just maybe your talent is in creating really masterpieces from this physical land. Why not? So, and this is not an accident. You will start sensing where the real energy flow starts happening for you. And it's your soul's design to be a grounded visionary and a bridge between that wild nature and what you are supposed to be here. You are here like establishing that connectedness. And this card has that code to establish that connectedness, that bridge. This is the first card in the court cards of tarot. It's the earliest card in the learning cycle. If we look at the court cards again, page is in the beginning of the learning curve, then comes knight, then comes queen, and then the king is in the head. But the learning curve starts from page. This is the first awakening principle. It's just like sensing that discomfort and disbalance between what I'm currently doing in life and what I have call into, okay? So let's investigate this card further. Clue number 4, which you can derive from it. You want to see this card as the card which has a really strong earthly energy. He's standing on the ground on the earth. So it has a strong earthly material energy. So it means that you don't just dream here. You are not just a wishful dreamer. It means you want to develop that sense of commitment. You want to manifest tangible things from your spiritual gift. That's what this card is communicating, that you want, actually, you are invited for that manifestation of your gifts to tangible reality. All right, it works a lot with your root chakra. In fact, your root chakra reunites with your third eye here. That's what is happening within this card. So once you actually become that bridge, you start sensing that inner balance. So, and you will actually know that it is not just only lifting your energy up, you will have that sense of commitment to your craft. And what does it mean, sense of commitment to your craft? Whatever the gift you are here to make it tangible reality, you will see how that craft will start bringing tangible results. Tangible results in form of abundance and in form of money. And you will not step away from that no matter what happens, because you are committed. You are committed, and that card develops that sense of commitment. Okay? That sense of devotion. He's devotee of that craft. He's devotee. No matter what happens, he's feeling inspired and he wants to build, launch, teach, whatever his gift is. And this is your soul anchoring purpose into form. Basically, your soul descends into the tangible reality through that process. And this card invites you for that. That will be the next step. So, and we develop that commitment. So the first thing, he must develop that commitment to move to that state of knighthood. Knight goes and acts. He develops that commitment. I chose it as my pathway and I will stand there. Okay, so more than 10 years ago, I chose that I will spread the light of tarot cards, of how powerful this tool is. It's not really something what you use for your divination, and I want it to really spread that light. And guess what? Today I'm successfully running this wonderful, amazing spiritual business. Why? Because I kept being a devotee of what I am strongly believing into, and I'm not deviating from that path. Okay? So, and that's a really, really powerful thing, because it reminds us that the pathway of 1,000 steps starts from that one single step and that commitment, from that commitment. And it was even, let me show you, it was even that guy, you see? Do you remember this guy? He actually is that devotee of one idea, spreading love and light onto this earth. And all his life was devoted for that. He became like that Buddha on the horse. His horse was in fact his body. So once you decide, you become that knight, that Buddha mind rider on the horse. That's what's happening. And that's a powerful thing once you start understanding like how this card naturally evolves into a knight. And that knight has already the Buddha mind onto it. All right? You cannot ride the horse confidently and powerfully if you don't have that Buddha mind within you. Now I have a really powerful crystal for that combination for you. Just a second. Here it is. This is the ametrine, amazing, amazing crystal. So I have it actually like this Buddha, it holds it. The ametrine, it's the combination of amethyst and citrine, and this is inviting that cleanse and that kind of like centeredness within you, no matter what happens, so that you would ride your mind, which is always looking where to go, with this Buddha mind. All right, so if you combine it with this powerful crystal, by the way, for those of you who are in crystal journey, it's amazing. It's a very, very powerful crystal for those purposes. Now, let's get back to the next clue, which we can derive from this card for your soul journey. Okay? So I want you to look at this symbolism again. And I want you to understand one thing here. Do you see, is he a master or not? He's just the apprentice. Do you see? He's not a master yet. He is beginning his learning journey. Do you see? He's beginning only his learning curve journey. He is about to become that knight with that Buddha mind. He is about to become that way. Then he will start involving that being inside through the queen, feminine being, and then that being through non-being comes a king. And that's the evolution of every court cards, specifically for pentacles, swords, cups, right? So we want to just see it that way, how the evolution is happening. It's not happening just out of the blue here. There is a tremendously powerful logic for our soul here. So he's still the apprentice, but he is ready to apprentice to his mission. He's ready to learn, right? So he's building on that. And there is humility, tremendous humility in this card. Why? Because he has that reverence before something bigger than him, right? He's looking up to something. He's not looking down. It's not like that egoistic card. He's looking up. He's having that sense of reverence in front, like in him. That's the code for actually attaining something bigger than what you are. And that willingness to start at step one, knowing that this step one is a sacred beginning. So just like having that sense of, and then ooh, there is this powerful sound which Indians opened up, right? Then when there is something, and then reverence, and then it's just even something scary a bit, but we still step into that, and then it's a very powerful sound. It really brings us back to our solar plexus. That's why when you just keep on saying, even if you are really, really disturbed from everything in this world and you keep sitting, just sitting in it, after a few hours, you will start sensing the difference because you develop that sense of inner reverence. Indians, actually, when I was in India, they have in every ashram that sense of reverence in front of sacredness, something sacred, right? So we want, as Westerners here, in our westernized world, we lost that sense of sacredness. That's why we are suffering. But that sense of sacredness is exactly what will be that bridge, which will really turn us into much more powerful beings than lost beings, like fearful beings. We are always on the periphery. We are always on the periphery when we are scared and we so-called know and learn something, the patchwork of knowledge, I call it. We never know anything when we are not in the center. We only know one thing at a time here in this time-space reality. But when we jump intentionally through home to the center, guess what's happening? We can start seeing the multitude of potentialities into each single moment of our life, and we can truly take the most right step at a time. Now I want to ask you a question. If I take the most right step at a time at every moment, what is the possibility I will be still in the right pathway all the way through, and I will stop that sense of loneliness within me? If I am always moving in the right step at a time, no matter what's happening to me on the periphery, I am deeply connected. I am deeply complete at any moment. Now periphery stops ruling me. And this card invites you for that bridging. It invites you for bridging from the periphery of your mental construct. It's not your fault you are there. We were all imposed that mental construct here through everything what surrounds us. We were told we are our brains. We are not just our brains. We are also our hearts. We are also our will. We are all that, right? So we need to understand we are actually a multidimensional being. We have so much more in us. We are not just the brain. So when we understand it, we can actually invite that bridging into our reality through our intentionality, our willpower center, solar plexus, right? We lost that power, that connectedness. We were disconnected by having that one simple poisonous idea, which is, I am my brain. Now they work only with the brain, study of the brain. No, the brain is just a tool. It's a toolkit. And I want to sit on that toolkit, which is my brain, like this horse, like this Buddha, with my Buddha mind. If my brain would know all what to do, it would not cry like crazy. It would not torture me like crazy. If the brain is left on its own, it will be like this horse. I want to sit with my spirit over this brain, okay? That's what I want to do here. And that's exactly what the tarot code's teaching you. They teach you that this comes from that reverence, that bridging between your current situation where you found yourself here on the periphery and your willingness to reconnect with your center, with your spiritual gift, with your talent. In the Bible, it was written that God gave talents to absolutely everyone. Your mission here is to find it out, but you cannot find it being on only the periphery. Like this, you cannot. You must go to the center. All the ancient religions, all the ancient traditions are talking about the same thing. Come back to the center. Then you can start seeing multidimensional reality and figure out what to do with yourself. So, and that's very important learning. So the soul clue here, if you've been feeling like a beginner in anything, it's good. Your soul knows that starting small doesn't mean you are not powerful. It means you are ready to grow in alignment and not in ego. Only ego wants something big, something huge, and now. You know, because it's linked to karma and it's linked to periphery, it's linked to time and space reality. And then velocity is born because velocity is space over time. So we start saying, well, it's too long. When I am like that Buddha mind, I don't care how long it is. I will keep on doing that. I will keep on moving forward all the freaking time, doing the right thing. And that's the evolution of the soul. Once we start understanding it, we actually start inviting more and more of these kind of bridging into our life. All right, so clue number 6. Let's derive it from this card. I want you to see how this page, this apprentice, he holds its pentacle like a sacred teaching. Do you see? It's like something sacred for him. Pay attention to it. It's almost like it knows one day I'll share it with others, and it trusts its divine timing. It's not just learning for itself, it's learning for it all. It understands it's not here for its own sake. It understands it's here for the sake of it all. It reunites its image with the image of it all. That's the bridging. It reunites itself with it all, with the cosmos of it all, and it's willing to do it no matter if it feels it now or not. It's just willing to go there through its solar plexus. You see how we pay attention to the empowerment of that solar plexus here. So if you felt called to study, embody, and then teach, coach someone, your soul is showing you the long arc of your purpose. You are here to absorb spiritual wisdom now so that you can pass it on. That's what we are here for. We absorb something in the first part of our lives, then we kind of like digest it within, and then we pass it on. That's what we were designed for in here, to establish that balance between Mother Earth and Father Sky. I am coming from Siberia initially, and all the shamans, all the shamanic traditions, they are about establishing that bridge between Mother Earth and Father Sky. okay? And that's why I am so deeply having that reverence in front of that balance, and I am here to spread it because I know that it works. I was in deep anxiety before until I started establishing that balance between my Mother Earth and Father Sky, what I was supposed to be doing in here. Once I established that bridge, everything got clear, shined like the sun. Okay? So I want you just embody now these cards. This Page of Pentacles isn't here to give you the final answers. It's here to hand you the first seed. Okay? It's just inviting you to that one idea that you need to trust that study. You need to trust that spark which is within you. You want to just develop that trust. The trust is opening up Sahasrara, in fact. It opens us up to that connectedness to spirit, so that spirit will start doing its works within our motherly representation of her, our earthly representation here. Not hating our earth, this matrix, but working with it, transcending it through love. That's what this card shows us what to do next, okay? And it reminds us you are not lost while you are learning. You are not behind. You are only beginning. You are not uncertain. You are being guided, okay? So, just the message, plant the vision. Plant the vision inside you. Invite it. Plant the seed as a vision. Your purpose will start unfolding based on that. Just keep on having it within. It's just like start that planting and having that patience. Patience is the antidote to all the anger. Anger which is in the heart. Patience is the antidote to all the heaviness. All right? And once we know that we are in the right pathway and we allow that divine timing within us, we actually reunite with that patience. And patience is always in the center. Impatience is here in the periphery. Here, it's always impatient. It's always give me more. More. I want a more. No, that's not the answer. We were only trained to have more. And we are keeping chasing another dream and another dream and another dream. Your talent, your cosmic design, your gorgeous gift, that's what you want to find and plant it into this world, descend it and spread love through this. So you start living each day worthy, planting the seeds of love. And this card is all about that. How is that? All right. So if you loved this reading, give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to this channel because I'm coming here and there and cannot promise in which days, but to be notified, it's better that we are staying touched and connected. In case of any questions, guys, if you have them actually, let me see if you have something here, guys. If you have them later, please just plant those questions here below this video, and I will be happy to address them. Thank you so much. I hope this message will serve you well, and blessings for this coming day.